Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Chainsaw Man, Season 1, Episode 10. If you hear any whining this episode in the background, it's the Fox Devil. No, it's our new puppy, and he's downstairs. But we don't know if we're going to hear his screams and yelps while he's downstairs outside the door or not.
We can hear it.
Yeah.
We just don't know if after editing, you all will hear it.
So,
hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Yeah. So if we talk closer into the mic or anything, that's why. But last episode, I think I can't even say it solidified the show as like something I'm incredibly into because I've been hooked for a while now. But it's just another consistent episode of, oh my god, this is a crazy show. Makima killed people from a pretty far distance.
In a pretty graphically scary way.
It reminds me when you see somebody from far away and you like smush them, and that could be what the power is. I don't know. I feel like we don't have enough information to go off of for Makima. It seems like she has a lot of contracts, but I don't know. There could be other factors at play that we don't know yet. Is that fair to say?
Yes, that is very fair to say.
Kobeni went off. That was pretty cool. We didn't see a contract that she used because she didn't need to.
I mean, unless her crazy agility isn't driven from her craziness, but rather from a contract, maybe. But the way that we got her at the end there, and then she was basically behind, Denji in the way that she was, I was very much in love with what happened there.
Me too. The girl, I don't know what her name is. It could either be...
From Kyoto?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So, no, one of the public safety members? Or the girl that was fighting with the snake?
Yes, the snake. Correct.
Okay.
Fingernail.
I'm pretty sure it started with an S.
It's either Sawatari or Kurose. I think it's Sawatari.
I think Kurose is one of the Kyoto public safety members.
Gotcha. Okay.
Tendo and Kurose, I think you have.
Gotcha. I don't know why Makima wasn't able to use the ability on her. I don't know if it was the lack of having a name or just too powerful, too far away. Like maybe the power lessens the further you get away from somebody. I'm not sure, but I thought that was an interesting tidbit. I wonder if we're gonna. I'm sure we're gonna explore the villain side of things at some point, right? The evils.
I mean, now that we have the introduction of a sword man.
Yeah.
That's not going away anytime soon.
And we know that the gun devil is somewhat involved, right?
Mm-hmm. And people and devils, we now know, are coming after Denji.
Yeah. Fun. You ready?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Aki's room? Apples?
You heard the bite? Aww.
They're staying with him. That's really cute. But they're eating all of his gifts.
Oh, yeah. Sounds about right.
No animalistic fight or flight. Wow, did you see the change in his eyes?
Yeah. Powie. I don't think Denji understands the idea of being given gifts. I don't think he knew that they were Aki's apples, and that's why he left one.
Is there something written on there? How much time? We were wondering this.
Holy shit. God. 2 years? The reflection was really cool. I mean, if you have 2 years left, I can understand that. And it's like, for certain, I can understand
only
the smoking
2 years
habit.
Right, the smoking habit.
Yeah.
But also, you only have 2 years to defeat the gun devil as your goal.
Oh, what a shot.
Awesome.
Oh no! Why would you do that?
She wanted...
Holy
oh my god,
shit.
Denji's still there. She wanted him to cry for her.
So cool that he's asking these questions.
What if he died? Wow.
Interesting.
Do you feel like there was weird energy to that whole first couple minutes?
Like, before, like, everything since the start of the episode?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It kind of makes me feel like Mob Psycho does.
Like, I feel unsettled.
Yeah.
Like, it started to get me feeling more extreme emotions, but then
Yeah.
it didn't, like... it left me in a place of kind of an uncomfortability internally.
Yeah.
Which I think is purposeful.
I think the way that they handled Aki going into crying with the music, the audio, and like, I don't know how to phrase
little
it.
twitches maybe to the
twitches,
face.
like
yeah.
how real and human his movements were. It was so bizarre. It was so compelling. It was so great.
It looked like someone trying to keep themselves from crying.
So well done. Okay. Same person who trained Aki, maybe?
I think so. They are crazy. They fit what he wants.
Cool.
I thought he would like it.
Yeah.
From all his conversations with Himeno, I felt it. I thought he would like them. Ooh.
All right.
Did you see the little smile?
Yeah.
She's
does training work here? Special Division 1. Denji's gonna look up to this man.
This is his idol.
Just knocking them out or like killing them? Yeah.
Well, he definitely doesn't do this training with the humans. Oh wait, maybe he does do this with humans.
Oh my god, they're sensu beans. They're gonna be able to get so much stronger. It's a cool shot. Okay. Holy shit.
Training is that he's going to be hunting them? Oh, stop! What? Nothing.
Oh,
no, you got nothing
the tracing.
On him.
Oh my god! Oh, the music. They deafened it a little bit.
Oh!
It threw his phone!
The way they showed that, too.
The boy's immortal. Fiend's mostly immortal.
Always wanted toys that could take a beating.
Jesus.
That's it. That's the pair of serious badasses.
Oh.
Probably won't help you out ever again.
Does that break a contract or nah? Job consultation.
With the human members.
To hang it up. Okay, everybody's getting stronger. Makima?
No.
Family member of Himeno? No shot. Remember what happened to her and she always put up with it?
You might be right.
Now I feel like it isn't. I don't know though.
Wow.
They've been through some shit.
I love that there are like specialized teachers for the humans and
Yeah.
the non-humans to strengthen them.
What the
Their friendship and dynamic.
Jesus, that's a line.
Fearsome.
Rule of thirds is great here.
He's making it extra hard on two that don't really have a reason to stay.
Are they gonna go try to kill him?
Revenge? Yeah. A war of
The
wits.
War of Wits.
Yes. God, I love them.
God, the music's so good. If we put our heads together, dude.
They're like each other's hype men.
Yeah, I'm so happy the episode isn't over. I was so scared. Oh, shit. Look at the glasses.
Oh, stop.
They're feeling so smart.
They look so smart. Oh my god. Oh, whoa, okay.
No
what is
shot.
That? Oh, stop.
What?
That is cool. That is really cool.
What the animation?
What speed must he have done that at?
I like how neither of them are wearing shoes either. Stealthy.
No more glasses. You know,
Sweet chin music.
When it's cornered. Psst. Downside to her power.
Oh, the audio changing.
How lucky we are. Not really.
What a shot!
Oh, and it's like the chainsaw comes out his forehead too. They're not done, are they? They're not done. Beast shouldn't trust anything a hunter says. Oh, good line.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so cool.
He only has 2 years left. He probably will offer up a lot.
I wrote down, like, where do you go to get Are you going to hell to try to find a devil?
Do they keep, like, the worst devils, like, locked up to make contracts with? Oh, it is! It's like a jail! Let's find you the right weapon. I like that.
It's like giving up information for time off your jail sentence, you know? Mm-hmm. Yep.
From Himeno if she ever died. Maybe.
Don't do this to me. It looks like more than one letter, right?
Is it letters she sent to her sister?
I wish there was translation so bad.
That really puts her death on him, right?
They're picking for him.
Future devil.
2.
Is Makimo one of them?
Half their lifespan.
So 1 year.
Both their eyes.
Sense of taste and smell.
And eyes. Sight. Can he kind of like bluff?
Yeah, does it know how much life he has left?
I think Powie and Denji have it easier.
They're immortal and almost immortal. Is that it? That little, like, speck? If it's the future devil, it would be able to see Aki's future, correct? Possibly?
Maybe.
I wonder if that would make its decisions for it on contracts.
This looks like it was shot in video.
Yeah.
Like in camera.
It does. Oh. It's so cool to see that mixed with the drawing, the two, like, definite 2D.
The only reason it works is because of this filter. It's so cool. Holy shit.
Oh my god, look!
This is so cool.
The devils it's fought so far.
The song's great too. Oh, this is a great song! Okay, that was Chainsaw Man, Season 1, Episode 10. I actually have a decent amount of things that I wrote down. I really enjoyed that episode, and it's such a beautiful show. The art's so good.
I know, and I just feel like I'm always excited for the ending, which is so weird, but I'm always excited for the ending because I want to see the outro.
Yeah.
I'm so interested and excited and intrigued to see the new artistic perspective that the outro takes, because they are never one and the same.
The outro and the outro music this episode were extraordinary. I'm adding that song to my playlist.
Sometimes it feels like if they picked a bunch of artists and then they gave each of them one of these episodes. Yeah. And they showed them the episode and, like, only this episode. And then that's how they create the outro. And so it's all different perspective, different artistic takes, about this one episode.
But this one, watching. We had, like, kind of the story so far as well, you know?
Right. Which is also an interesting, because you could see this episode as maybe the beginning of the next kind of chapter, because a lot of the people that we were just introduced to have died now. And this is almost a new chapter in this story.
You know what I'd love to see? The production process of how they are doing outros, because, like, how do you go about it? Do you have to wait after each episode's done for whoever's doing the next outro to be able to see what's been done so far for them to do it? Or is it their job to read the source material and get an idea of what the story's about so they can make the best outro possible? Like, it's really interesting, you know? Like, I'd love to see, like, a deep dive into...
I mean, they're all, like, independently amazing artworks.
Yeah.
That probably took a lot of time and creativity. And I just would love to hear more about that process. How much time did they have to create that? What were they given source-wise beforehand? Was it the same person that did? I mean, like, honestly, that would really impress me if it was the same mind that created all of those different outros.
Yeah. Man, like right in the beginning of the episode, they got me. I almost cried like a couple times because of like thinking
but then
about
it
Aki.
stops.
Yeah.
Which I think is
the pacing.
I'm sure you probably feel the same, that there was this unsettled, uncomfortable feeling like internally in my body, which I can only describe as when you're about to cry or you're about to feel something and then it stops halfway. And the show was definitely making you like stop. Like it was starting to take you, but then it like put on the brakes.
It's scary.
And it leaves you in a very uncomfortable,
unsettled,
internal, physical feeling.
It's scary because only 10 episodes in, they can like make me feel that way and then make me stop feeling that way. And I'm like, oh my God. I
felt like I was in a car with a really bad driver, but in the best way.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. It's really compelling though, because if they do just go full on like, I'm gonna make you sad, I will be weeping. Like I won't have a chance.
Everything's creative about this show. The pacing is creative, how much they want you to feel and when. And I think it just occurred to me that maybe the reason that they weren't letting us fully feel here was because to have some type of connection to how Denji's feeling here. That he doesn't know why he's not feeling all the way. He's like, sure, I guess I'm sad, but I'm not crying. Why am I not crying? Isn't that exactly like kind of parallel to maybe what we're saying we were feeling?
Yeah.
So it's almost like they were trying to make us feel like how Denji feels, which then we can get more into his mindset right now of like his struggles emotionally.
Well, okay. First with Denji, what did you think of my like thought of him not just knowing like the custom or has ever been taught the idea of, oh, this person's sick in a hospital bed, these are a gift for him rather than just for anybody because they're just fruit in a room.
I mean, like, especially when you think about how Aki cut up the apples for him. Like, Aki brought an apple for him and cut it up and put it on a plate for him. And in a way, Denji is also giving him one apple back.
Yeah, that was big, honestly.
And I do think even though he took the rest of the apples with him, he probably saw it, and intention-wise, saw it as the same kind of reciprocation of what Aki had done for him.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you one apple. You gave me one apple.
What do you think about Denji's, like, I love that we got a moment with Denji kind of internally thinking, right?
And then he doesn't like when he thinks. He doesn't like when he starts getting kind of negative. He likes to be optimistic and find happiness in every little thing. And it's almost, maybe he's not feeling because he's scared of feeling intense bad thoughts.
Or it's a literal, like
or
they
it's
replaced
literally the heart, which is what he was wondering.
He said that, I guess my heart's gone, kind of thing.
It could go either way. I mean, he was a traumatized, horribly treated kid who might try to block out any bad emotions or bad feelings. It could go either way. Narratively, they could either do the whole, well, his heart has been replaced by a devil's heart. That could be literally. That could just be like a figurative thing.
Yeah, I got the impression of the last, like, we saw of Denji within the hospital and how he interacted with power as, like, a full fake it till you make it kind of thing. Like, okay, I acknowledged the feelings that I don't have, but maybe I want to do something about that. Maybe this will help do something about that. Let's, like, just not think about the negative stuff anymore. Let's just move on,
Yeah.
I wonder what, if any, Easter egg is on the magazine or manga that Denji was reading
left in the room. Doesn't it look like possibly the eyeball looked for the future devil in the room? Just a little bit. It's sitting on the floor right now in the shot that we're looking at, and just from far away it looks like the eyeball is at the center of the cover.
Yeah, but the whole Aki just sitting in the room thinking about Himeno, and there was a few great shots when it was coming to like close-ups of the lighter and the cigarette, and then when Aki just broke the cigarette in half, I'm like, oh my god, he's never gonna smoke again. Like,
he only did it as almost like a communal thing with her. Like, she would light one up and she'd light one up for him. She got him into it. Will he really do it on his own? I'm wondering narratively if they will in the background show him still smoking, or if this is kind of like he quits now
because of this.
Because of he knows he only has 2 years left, therefore I need to be able to kill the gun devil in 2 years, and if I give myself lung cancer or make myself sick in 2 years, that would suck.
So what do you think okay, why does he only have 2 years left? How many times has he used the sword before, and how much is taken from him every time he uses it? Because we watched the whole 3, 2, 1, but we don't know if that was counting years just to count down. We don't know if he lost 30 years from using it that one time, or he's used it a billion times, and that, like, you know?
I feel like the way Himeno was so maybe upset, maybe if you think about her urgency to try to convince, now that we got these letters, her strong desire to convince Aki to go private with her, and also how she acted when he had the sword. In my mind, maybe the sword and this contract with this cursed devil and his life starting to decrease in front of her eyes by using it is what gave her that urgency that, like, I need to get him out of here before he spends all of his life.
It made Himeno's death a lot harder to handle.
I mean, like,
the letters.
How could you make it harder to handle when we literally saw her disappear limb by limb? Like, that was already, like, beautifully horrible.
The reason why it's so good is because of the entire flashback of Himeno telling what traditionally happens to Aki, and Aki putting the piece of gum on the back of that person. Like, it would not have been, in my opinion, as, like, it wouldn't have been executed as well if they didn't introduce that earlier in the series, because that's where my mind went immediately. Like, no, they're not going to, like, really twist the knife in that direction.
Because not only could it have been, you let your partner die and I'm related to your partner, it was, my sister stayed and died because she was trying to be with you and get you out of this, and she was trying to stick with you.
I think so
that's like even a double, like, reason to be mad at him, but she brought him the letters and thought he should read these.
But, like, and you'd think that the person being mad at you and, like, not understanding and blaming you would be the harder thing to deal with. But I think this is a lot harder to deal with, to know how much effort and voice Himeno put in. When Himeno wrote, I made Aki get his ear pierced, I was like, bro, are you kidding me? I could not have loved their friendship anymore. I don't know. I love it. And speaking of friendships that I couldn't love anymore, Powie and Denji. Oh my god.
Like, they are just like two peas in a pod. Like, they are hilarious together. I mean, they get each other.
Yeah.
Probably more than anyone else gets them. And it's honestly really entertaining. Like, I'm not mad that they're both not, as Denji said, he wants to be the smart person in the manga.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not mad that neither of them really are that. But they did put their heads together and their glasses on. And, you know, teacher was very impressed by this attempt.
Yeah.
All he did afterward was just a little knife to the forehead.
He said that he was the strongest hunter.
Yes.
Right? I wonder if that's true. Part of me thinks it is, because if
he's obviously lived a long time.
Because I'm sure that people make the comparisons to, like, JJK and Gojo, but if you're willing to train these two kind of devils that you can't fully trust,
and have them try to hunt you back,
you need to be able to have somebody stronger to handle them, even if they get that strong.
You also have to be strong to be able to train those and not fully maybe kill them. I mean, obviously Denji's immortal, so he can not hold back as much, but I believe he said that Power was only partially immortal. Wonder what that means. I guess there's some amount of damage that could happen to the body of the fiend.
Yeah.
The corpse that they took over. Not quite sure, but I do wonder how he trains humans, and if he ever enjoys that very much, if he can't really go very hard on them.
We got the intent or the reasons behind what Denji and Powie are doing, right? And that scares me in a lot of ways, because Denji said he's doing this and fighting for whoever is taking care of him, and Power said whoever's winning. And I'm like, oh my god, are we gonna get to a place where we're finally facing the Gun Devil? It's Aki, Power, and Denji, and then Aki's like, yes, we're this strong, I got my friends who got my back, and the Gun Devil just offers them a sweet deal and shows his strength, and then they just turn on Aki, you know?
Right, I mean, like...
Before, like, maybe a realization of feelings, but still.
We should definitely feel on edge in terms of trusting of both Denji and Power. I think specifically there was something said in this episode that even puts us more on edge and wanting to be hopeful, I guess, and wanting to be optimistic, is Denji being like, I think saying in reference to Aki, like, would I be sad if if something happened to him? And I don't believe he said yes. I think he said something like, or like went on to a different topic.
Yeah.
But I feel like that kind of starts some groundwork narratively for us to believe that there's a possibility that could grow and change.
I agree with you.
Or maybe this really is this dynamic of these people are not people and they do not exist in the same way or feel the same way, and that is totally okay, and that is them and their characters. And I think you recently told me this, that like maybe I put human emotions too much on animals. Maybe this is a similar scenario.
Yeah like on Denji and Power.
I think Power acts pretty animalistic. I think with Power running away during that last fight reminded me a lot of like,
she's hungry.
She's a predator, yes, but if we've seen Power fight and or win, it's always been against devils that were like the sea cucumber. Like that was not going to hurt her.
Yeah.
And she kind of was like overpowered it. Mm-hmm. And I think she feels comfortable in a place where she feels like she's overpowering the other. And I think the only reason she even remotely tried to fight the Bat Devil was because Meowie was involved.
She didn't even like, her sense of self-preservation is very strong.
And it's very animalistic.
It is. It's kind of crazy that, considering how much she thinks about herself and how much she thinks of herself, that she even tried to get help from Meowie. Just solidifies that relationship more.
I mean, she made a little hammer for Denji.
Oh, that was such a good scene.
If she didn't like Denji, why would she, make him a little hammer? So
just to like, say off some points, I love the idea of blood being used as something like a senzu bean, or just something to, accelerate a training period and enhance it to the most.
Sorry if you hear our dog again.
Yeah. I love the animation this episode. It was the whole entire fight after Denji and Powie put the glasses on was amazing.
Every time you say Powie, I just like giggle a little bit. Like I don't know if I can. It's hard for me to take it seriously,
Gotcha.
But it's not you, it's Denji, but I love it.
But I thought that it was beautiful. The music was great, but most importantly, it was so creative. It really was. Like I had no idea that you could use Power's blood in the way that was used. Sure, it made them anemic, but the jugs on top of the level above, that was so cool.
I think I know that was really cool. I think bringing up Power being anemic is really awesome if we think about where to go from here in terms of how strong can these people get during their training arc, basically. How strong can Aki get versus like what's like the power scaling of how strong they could grow when we have Power, who is only partially immortal, and also if she uses too much of her blood bending, for lack of a better term, she gets anemic and is basically unconscious or out of the battle. Is the power scaling really going to be that Power is down here? Power scaling.
Yeah.
Is Power is down here and Aki and Denji are more fighting for that top one spot? Or is it more like Denji, Aki, Power at the end of the day?
I hope Power just excels at like hand to hand to a certain point where she is at the same level, or at least you can argue that, she could keep up. Because they're both being trained at the same time, you know? I love that they touched on like this whole prison element of where they keep devils, where they can go make contracts with them, or at least try to.
Every devil that they capture alive, which you know, they said that these devils were strong enough to be good weapons.
Yeah.
So how strong was the person that took this devil in alive? Like, you know, it gets you like really thinking of, did these devils, are they inherently maybe weak to a fight, but their power, if you borrowed it, would be really strong and helpful in a fight? Like, what does the future devil even, you know, do? What can you do with that? Can you... Is it like Night Eye?
Yeah.
Is it like Night Eye where you can see a bit in the future if you touch someone or look at them or something?
Unfortunately, what is at cost, like
Wasn't it both eyes, taste, smell, and half your life?
Eyes, taste, and smell for one of them. The other one only had to offer up, had to offer up half of his life. Only 2 people have made contracts with the future
so they
devil.
weren't... Yeah. Both of them had to do the same thing,
Correct.
but they were different per person?
Yeah, one's contract was this, the other was this.
Okay.
So
it could want something totally separate than either of those things for Aki.
It could be like a Night Eye thing. Why would you need taste, smell, or eyesight if you know you can see what's going to happen next, like 1 second ahead, you know? In your mind, but I don't know.
Do you believe Cone has to be back? Like, I feel like they said, oh well, the Fox Devil probably's mad at you and probably won't come back. I'm like, but it's in the intro that Aki does the little cone symbol.
Do you want to hear my theory?
Yeah.
I don't think Cone is that mad at Aki.
Well, because he's pretty?
I think that it's currently worse because he has his hair down. I think that Aki's going to put his hair back up. It's going to be a life or death situation. He's going to try, and Cone's going to be like, oh, fine. He's looking really cute today. He has his hair up, you know?
Let me just, like, peek, see how he looks today, and then I'll decide.
I love the idea that, like, these devils have, like, preferences and emotions to the point of, like, being like, you know what? I didn't like that. I don't like how you treat me. Is there a breach of contract there? Are the contracts so in depth that it's like, I have the right to take away this power if you do something that makes me unhappy? Like,
well, yeah, isn't there, if you break the contract, death for either devil or person?
Yeah.
So I guess, so what is the difference here? If the Fox Devil never appears again, isn't that a breach of contract? You know, then the Fox Devil would basically be sacrificing its life by being mad at Aki. So I'm like, maybe there's intricacies to different contracts. Like maybe the Fox Devil did have like a little line at the bottom of the contract that maybe like Aki didn't read, and it was like, if you ever make me mad, I like, you know, like I can, this contract gets ripped up.
Yeah. I don't know. I love that. Last question for me to leave it off. Our new teacher, our new coach, right? Yeah. Do you think we're ever going to get to see a backstory with him? Because we had one line that was like, when I was little, I used to break all my toys.
I think that we'll definitely know a bit more about him in some regard. And I only feel that way. But he's also maybe not, because he's kind of like this mystery symbol.
Mystery
and
man.
It's kind of nice to have that mystery symbol of this this like really strong teacher, like overpowered, apparently the best hunter, you know? That's kind of cool to keep it a mystery and like keep us like wanting to know more and more about this person, wanting this person to be in the story more often.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm loving the show though.
Me too.
You good? Mm-hmm. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.